We've started a warming trend. It's been a pretty pleasant day, although that humidity has started to kick back into the picture today.
Yes, that humidity has been out there. And happy Earth Day, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ulises Garcia.
And I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis.
And welcome to 4 FSU Weather.
We made it up into the 80s today. Those clouds started to work back into the picture later today.
Yeah, I mean, we've been having pretty much cool mornings, but we're definitely going to see some toasty afternoons.
Yeah, it was nice to dip down into the 50s this morning. We were down in the mid-50s across most of the area. We're going to be into the 50s tonight as well, but those won't last too long.
Yeah, it's not going to last too long. We're going to begin to see those changes, especially tomorrow. You're going to even begin to feel it. Yep. Even waking up Friday morning, it's definitely going to be a different environment.
We're going to jump back into the 60s. We're going back towards those rain chances, although it's not going to be 2 weeks like it was this last week and a half.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get some rain, but nothing like all the severe weather and anything like that, thankfully, this time around.
Yeah, the best of those 2 weekend days, if you're already planning those out, is going to be Sunday, although there still is a very small rain chance on Sunday. We're going to be around 40% on Saturday. So if you're heading out to the beach or maybe up towards Wild Adventures in Valdosta, you're going to want to head up there on Sunday.
Yeah, just make sure to have those umbrellas handy when you go out there.
Yep.
But overall, it ain't going to be a washout like it was this past weekend. So overall, just enjoy it, especially we deserve it after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of keeping that jacket in your backpack instead of keeping it on you at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we're going to actually send it over with Blake with our overview.
Thanks very much, guys. Good evening, Tallahassee. Let's take a look at your glimpse for ahead. We're looking at scattered showers to return starting Thursday tomorrow. It's going to be a stormy day for tomorrow, so bring your umbrellas. Above average temperatures throughout the week. It's going to be like high 80s. And at a Saturday and Sunday, Sunday is going to be the winner for the best weekend day. Taking a look at your satellite and radar out of Florida. We can still see some showers lingering in South Florida, but pretty dry up in our area. And local radar, you can see no rain in our area at all, which I am so thankful for. And I think you are too. Tonight, you're going to be sitting at a mild 59 degrees, tranquil night, cool and dry, light winds, light and variable, with a chance of rain, 20%. And so a great night to go out and stargaze if you'd like that. I'm going to go ahead and send on back to the desk.
Thanks, Blake. It's actually a great night to actually look at that stargazing. Actually, we're going to be talking about the Lyrid meteor shower, which occurs tonight.
Yeah, those stars won't be the only thing out in the sky today. The moon will be pretty weak. The moonlight won't be as strong. So it'll be a great night to look at actually that meteor shower that'll be happening. The best views are going to be over Europe, but we will still have a good view here in the United States.
Yeah, the best views in the United States will actually occur in the mid-Atlantic and actually in the northern half of the country. We're actually going to struggle more in the south because of the cloud cover. But we're actually, it's showing that this year is actually going to be a lot better than last year because of the way the moon is coming out.
Yeah, we have those showers down towards the south, so if you're watching us from South Florida, I apologize, you probably won't be able to see it there. And if you're watching from maybe the Ohio Valley, you probably won't be able to see it there either because of another storm system that'll be working into our area this weekend.
Oh yeah, so overall it's gonna be a nice night to look at. The best times will be from midnight till pretty much right before dawn tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it'll be a great night to go out there. It's going to be cool. It's going to be still in the 50s, and I'll go ahead and get to that picture now here. It was in the 50s this morning as well. 56 degrees is where we started this morning, and then we rocketed up 30 degrees to 86 degrees later today. We're above average still again. We didn't sit at average for very long. We had about 24 hours of average type temperatures. We're heading on the upward trend here. We're 86 today. We're going to be a tad bit warmer tomorrow. Nowhere near those record temperatures in the mid to lower 90s, but we will be feeling quite warm. The good thing for us here, though, is that humidity is on the low side still, so you're not going to have to worry about the hair too much, but you will have to worry about the heat here. So you may want to bring out the bottle of water here for these warm temperatures that will stick with us the next couple of days. Those clouds are on the increase too, but those are not keeping those temperatures down. They had a little bit of a sea breeze though down towards the coast. We had temperatures during the early morning hours in the 80s down towards the coast, and then they fell down as that sea breeze came in through those locations. Carabel down in Apalachicola, St. George Island, they're now in the mid to upper 70s. But the radar shows right now nothing to look at here, not even a cloud here across most of the area, although there was a little bit of extra wind associated with that sea breeze down in Franklin County, starting to get into Liberty County now as well, although you can't see that too well here, but there's plenty of rain down towards the south. That line is still stuck down towards our south. They had a couple more showers in southern Florida today, And then even more pushing through Key West. It's been kind of a wet couple of days here down towards Key West. Not the best of days. They'll clear out here over the next day or so as we get a little bit more of these clouds coming in. You can see a lot of that in Louisiana, pushing slowly off towards the east. These are slowly advancing towards our region. It's going to be a fantastic sunset. If you can head out there around 8 o'clock this evening. A couple of clouds really turn the sky's colors here. Going to be a nice night for those reds and the oranges as that sun goes down during the overnight hours. But high pressure for now is still in control. But watch these clouds stream on in. I didn't even put the radar on here because I don't think we're going to have to deal with a whole lot of those rain showers. It's going to be very hit and miss variety, but we will have a lot of those clouds. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s. But it's going to be on the dry side still here at the ground, but up aloft, there's enough moisture for a few clouds to pass on through. Tonight, we're heading for 59 degrees. The last night, possibly for a few months here in the 50s, although there is a small amount of cooler air that's coming in from the north over the next couple of weeks. But it's going to be pretty tranquil with some light to moderate winds here across the area. 84 is where we're heading. Again, a couple of those showers will be moving back into the area. Winds out of the west-northwest at 5 miles an hour, bringing in a little bit more heat and a little bit more of those clouds coming in. For the next 7 days, here's that rainfall coming in. Again, for tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a slight break as we head into Friday, but that next chance of rain, that real next chance of rain will be coming in on Saturday. That'll cool us off on Saturday, and then, again, the best chance is going to be on Sunday for those weekend activities. Now, Matt, I know you're going to take us around the southeast here now.
Yeah, we're going to look all around the southeast, the rest of Florida, including all the southern areas here of the United States. Right now, we're sitting at currently 86 degrees here in Tallahassee, 84 in Orlando. The sun is shining there, but as we move on down just a little bit, as John was talking about, that cloud cover is on the increase down the peninsula just a little bit. Let's look at that 24-hour temperature change down the peninsula as that front is just draped across the southern peninsula here. That's stalled out right now. We are seeing just an increase in our temperature since yesterday at this time, 6 degrees north of what we saw. Further down the peninsula, just a little bit of variance, but really not much at all. Here's our Doppler radar just to show you a bit of what's going on across the southeast right now. Now, way over here in Texas, those red watch boxes, those were tornado watches, have since been allowed to expire here, but this is a very active part of our weather season. Severe weather, a very strong possibility here in the southeast with April showers. Those showers can be a little bit severe, but let's look at that satellite and radar. We have that stationary front draped across the peninsula. You can almost pick it out right here across all the showers and the rain. Then we have all this disturbed weather out towards Texas. And that's all this tropical moisture just piling on in and really start to flow in here. But we've got a dominant high pressure sitting over us right now that if you were outside, you've certainly felt that it was really dry and comfortable out there. Let's look at that water vapor so I could explain just a little bit more. All this area in here, that's all drier air, the darker colors, but then in the upper levels we see that moisture really pluming up throughout the Gulf of Mexico, which is turning into a bathtub this time of year with the warmer water temperatures, warmer conditions, and humidity really increasing and causing quite a bit of shower activities. Let's look at tonight's forecast. 59 degrees here in the capital city region, really comfortable across the entire Florida peninsula. New Orleans is the warm spot in the southeast with 70 degrees as the warmth, but tomorrow we're looking at another fabulous day with the clouds on the increase here in Tallahassee, 84 degrees as well. New Orleans is seeing that rain, unfortunately, with that moisture that has now been plaguing Texas start to move on over into their area. Then down the rest of the peninsula, those clouds, 90 degrees in Miami. Let's look at that once more. Wilmington up in North Carolina, 68, Savannah, 79. It's feeling slightly like spring here with that high pressure dominating, but that's going to be changing over the next few days here. Guys at the desk, what else you got to tell us?
Oh yes, we're going to be talking actually about tornado shelters in Kansas.
Yeah, I didn't know about these until Ulises brought this to my attention not too long ago. But in Kansas, they have some tornado shelters near the interstate.
Yes, they're actually in Kansas. It runs the whole way through the entire Kansas Turnpike, 236 miles, 30 shelters.
Yeah.
And they're actually located in toll plazas and also service plazas.
Yeah, this time of year, those probably get quite a bit of use as those tornadoes. It's not the best spot to be on the interstate. We do want to caution you, though, if you are on the interstate, stop in those tornado shelters if they're available. Never stop under an overpass because that actually accelerates the winds if you stop under the overpass.
Correct. The best thing you can do is, just go to a low-lying area and just stay low. preferably, if you can, into a ditch.
Yeah, if you can find a sturdy shelter like a house or a building, the best spot would be there if you don't have access to a shelter.
Oh yes, and also a bathroom is also a great place, and just have something over you hiding out in the tub. But now we're gonna send it over to Ayesha with View of the Nation.
.24 temperature change right now. Atlanta, you're looking at 7 degrees difference, but the significance is Kansas City and Salt Lake City as well. So upper level low in that area in Salt Lake City. Kansas City, big temperature change for you too, and Detroit because of all that snow, lake effect snow. So current winds situated right now, the winds are changing up north. You can see 18 miles per hour winds, 23 in Boston. Cold front situated right here in this area. Winds are changing, winds, and upper level low, keeping it really cold over there, and also in Salt Lake City as well. So radar, you can see that all that moisture and all that cloud cover in that area, and
go and get that. You can keep talking.
Salt Lake City, looking at a lot of cloud cover too. Lots of moisture in Texas as well. And also, they're looking at some tornado warnings with all that moisture. And so, you can see for Salt Lake City, they're still getting hit with, I'm back guys. So, what I was talking about is Detroit, yes. Lots of moisture in this area. Boston, looking at a lot of moisture as well. Cold front situated right down here, across the southeast and northeast as well. So they got a lot of lake effect snow, upper level low right here. A trough is situated across this whole area, so that's really bringing a lot of moisture to them. So satellite and radar, Salt Lake City, you're looking at a lot of snow, a lot of moisture in that area, so a lot of rain chances are increasing here. Low pressure system situated right here. That's really going to affect your rain chances for that area. And then, Texas, they've been having a lot of moisture, a lot of tornado warnings in south of Texas and North Texas. So be careful for that. So like what I was saying, lake effect snow happening right here. There's a upper level low situated right here, and cold air just from Canada bringing it down. So going back towards Florida, moisture leaving our area, but you can see this next set coming over here. That's going to affect us later on in the week. So nothing to worry about right now, but Tallahassee, we're looking good. Airport delays. Right now, New York is delayed, but Miami's looking good too. But I'm going to take it over to the desk, or Blake. Blake is here. I'm going to take it over to Blake.
Thank you very much, Ayesha. I'm going to take a quick look at your weather headlines again. And we are going to see some scattered storms returning tomorrow, unfortunately. So grab your umbrellas and your ponchos. We're going to have above average temperatures this week. It's going to be really starting to feel like summer, which for some of you is a good thing, like me. And your weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, unfortunately, is going to be very severe weather again, unfortunately. And Sunday is actually going to clear out and be quite pleasant. Current temperatures. In Tallahassee, you're going to be at a relatively warm 86 degrees. St. Mark's, a little cooler at 80 degrees. Carabel at 77 and Apalachicola at 78. And taking a look at your water vapor for the state of Florida, you can see all that moisture and just training along in South Florida. Hasn't really moved that much, but drier air in our area. But you can see some of those clouds over here coming out of the west. They will be moving into our area later tonight into tomorrow. And your current dew points, Tallahassee, you're at 50. Monticello, you're at 56. Quincy, you're at 50. Not too humid, but again, we're going to start feeling more like summer with that bathtub humidity. Taking a look at your futurecast, we can see we have a cold front up in Tennessee and Mississippi. That will be bringing down some moisture into Thursday. You can see right here just a big batch of storms and some flash flooding possible in Alabama and Georgia. And as Friday goes on, we have a break for about 24 hours, and with some storms pressing through central Florida and into South Florida. But that break won't last because, again, after Friday night, we'll get some severe weather in for Saturday. Looking at your beach forecast on Thursday, winds will be light and variable, less than 5 miles per hour. Surf, less than 1 foot. So really a great day to go to the beach, except for that rain. So, and on the water, similar conditions, very light and variable winds, smooth, sunny, and warm. So if you're going to go out and catch some fish, I would highly advise it. Now tonight's forecast, it's going to be 59 degrees in Tallahassee, 57 in Monticello. Tomorrow you're going to be high at 84. And looking in your 7-day forecast, you can see all that rain Saturday and all those high temperatures. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and send it on back to the desk.
All right, thank you, Blake. One of the things that we wanted to point out here today is that it's Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day!
Yeah, we're really excited it's Earth Day because Earth is our specialty here at FSU Weather.
We only have one, folks. Only one. Got to take care of it.
That's right. One of the things we wanted to point out is that the Department of Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Science are celebrating their 5th anniversary today.
Yeah, how exciting. And also the environmental degree here was founded on Earth Day as well. So exciting stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we love Earth Day here, and another way that you can, I guess, give back to the earth is do the little things. Throw away your bottles.
Right.
Use water that's, from the tap.
Our campus actually has a garden where they grow their own food. Students grow their own food, a Seminole garden, and it's near the circus. So great way to give back, make food.
Yeah.
Good for Earth Day.
And it's really nice out there, too. If it's a nice day like today, it's always nice to head out to the garden, especially on Earth Day. And you got the wonderful views of the circus and Doak right there. But for now, we're going to send it on out to Ulises, where he's going to broaden our view with around Florida.
All right, thanks, Matt. As we look at the current temperatures in the Sunshine State right now, very warm out there. A lot of 80s, especially in the southern half of the state. A couple of 70s towards the Panhandle in Pensacola and Jacksonville. But overall, very toasty on this Wednesday and beautiful Earth Day. Water vapor, pretty dry right now. You notice that low humidity. Felt nice, especially at this time of the year, folks. This will be one of those final times you can walk out there before that ick factor just punches you in the face, which we'll be seeing that tomorrow ahead of that next frontal system. You notice all this green coming from the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be there, folks. You're going to feel it. It's going to feel really nasty, bad hair day, folks. That heat index right now is when you combine that humidity and that temperature, what it actually feels like. We'll be using this a lot more in the summer. Right now, 87 in Fort Myers, 86 in Miami. It feels like 91 in Key West. These numbers are actually going to be a little bit higher tomorrow when you increase that humidity out there. So you're definitely going to feel that stick out there. Satellite and radar, very pleasant all throughout the Sunshine State on this Wednesday. Just a couple of showers and storms developing just in the southern portion of the state. But let's break it down region by region. Let's start towards the middle. Actually, very pleasant in Tampa, the I-4 corridor. Very beautiful weather out there if you're going to the theme parks. In the Panhandle, very beautiful on the I-10 corridor drive, just very pleasant. We do see the sea breeze, though, pushing in just northwest of Apalachicola, but we also see the one just to the east of that over Tallahassee, just developing throughout the afternoon hours. Because of that low humidity, it's not really forming any showers, but this will be definitely presence in the area later on into the spring and even into the summer. So we'll get that relief in those late afternoons. Further down south, very pleasant all throughout Vero Beach, Daytona Beach, and further down, there is actually an air quality alert, though, in Hillsborough County, so air pollution. So just be careful out there, especially if you don't have to be outside, like senior citizens or small children. Just keep them inside because, that air could, produce some breathing difficulties for you and some asthma. But the rest of the state overall, very gorgeous. Some of the trouble has been further south. We did see some showers and storms now in Monroe County and developing just in the southwest portion of Miami near the Kendall area. So just keep a drive out, especially if you're going on US 41, heading from Tamiami Trail from Miami all the way to Naples. So just keep that in mind. Tonight's temperatures, though, will take a bit of a dip as we go into tonight. Overall, one last view, very gorgeous in Montgomery, Alabama tonight. Tomorrow, 84 degrees in Tallahassee, 84 in Pensacola. Very warm all throughout the state. Very gorgeous Thursday, but you'll notice that humidity, especially with that frontal system with all those yellows coming down. And now we're going to begin to send it over to Jonathan with the varying look at our nation.
Yeah, we're going to go around the nation. I want to start off, normally we start off this segment with the warmer temperatures. Today, there's a barrel of cold air coming in, winter making a return across parts of the north. This morning we started off in Minneapolis at the freezing mark, 32 degrees. Similar weather in Denver and Kansas City, all the way down into the heartland here, down into the freezing areas. But down south, they're still saying it's spring or nearly summer down there. We started off at nearly 70 degrees in San Antonio this morning. And it's been a very warm one across the south. 75 is where we're at right now in San Antonio. We're going to be heading towards the 90s tomorrow in San Antonio, 82. In New Orleans, up towards the north, that cold air is holding on strong, 41 degrees. In Detroit, 48 degrees. In Minneapolis, the cloud cover is taking shape across Washington, D.C., where that cold front that's going to come in this weekend here in the Big Bend region is holding steady right in this region, right along the Ohio River up into the Boss Wash on the east side of New York City there. You can see that here. There's the front moving in just south of Oklahoma City now in towards Memphis and up towards Washington, D.C. But look at all that snow up in the Great Lakes. Lots of snow up there. And that's where we're going to go first, up towards I-75 in Michigan, down towards I-90, Detroit, Saginaw, all the way up into Marquette, seeing some snow up there. They had a little bit of snow in Madison as well. That's turned over to rain, though. Off towards the east, we're looking at rain across the mountains of eastern New York, off towards getting closer to Boston now. It's a change from a couple of months ago where they were seeing nothing but snow in Boston there. Everywhere else, the only other place in the country where we're seeing snow right now is in southern Canada, but there's a couple of flakes down into the Olympia Mountains off towards the north and west of Seattle. That's the only other flakes across the country. That cold air will be heading east. We'll watch it here in a second, but look down towards the south. Lots of warm air down there. Looking off towards Lubbock, we're looking in the 80s, 75 in San Antonio, nearly 80 degrees in Houston as well. We're looking closer to that here in Tallahassee, but look at this cold air really dig into the south here. 46 degrees is where we're going to start off our day tomorrow in Atlanta. 30 degrees in Detroit, 23. You gotta be kidding me. It's feeling like January in Minneapolis tomorrow. That cold air heads off towards the east though. That warm air, look at those. There's those 90s I was talking about in San Antonio, and that climbs up into the front range there in Colorado as well. 70s and 80s in play there for tomorrow. And then that cold air slowly starts to retreat off towards the east. We'll be back in the 30s for Friday morning, but that cold air sticking strong in Detroit. Again, that's heading off towards the east. The next storm will be very slow to move across the south. Again, there we are, 90s in San Antonio once again, 84 degrees here in Tallahassee. It's going to be warm, no cold air here in the Big Bend region, but that is going to be kind of sticking around up towards the north. 57 is where we're going to be for the high tomorrow in Boston. 71 degrees in Denver and 80 degrees in Phoenix. They had tornado there just outside of Phoenix yesterday, just over the border in California yesterday in the desert. But now we're going to go back to the desk now with some fantastic people with some fantastic weather news.
Well, thanks, John. Talking about warm weather, California is pretty dry right now. I know they're in a drought right now. So lots of mosquitoes are actually coming about in California because of the warm weather and dry atmosphere.
Yeah, California has been known to be really dry this time of year, lots of wildfires possibly, but one thing that there's becoming an issue there is mosquitoes.
Yeah, and that's kind of gross because mosquitoes can carry viruses, they can affect the birds, and the birds can affect the people, so that's pretty gross, yeah.
A lot of viruses can go around, and even here in Florida, we're starting to get into mosquito season as well. So if you're ever heading outside here as it rains a lot, make sure you wear the extra little bug repellent.
Right. So they're really coming from, the pools not being maintained and stuff like that. But you just got to be careful out there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're going to take it back to the wall for more.
Thank you, Ayesha. You might have thought this morning, man, it's cool outside. It got down to 56 degrees. That's one of the coldest mornings in this entire month. But because this morning's been so warm, it was still actually above average. 54 degrees was the average for the state. And this will be one of the warmest Aprils on record. Temperatures will continue to warm up later on into the week, but right now we're still above average. 86 right now in both Tallahassee and Wilma. A little bit cooler up to the north. Thomasville is 81, and also because of the series, it's a little bit cooler over in Franklin County, 77 degrees in Carabel, 78 in Apalachicola. local radar, this is almost like a still image because we had dry air come into the region. Dew points were in the 40s. It felt really comfortable, and therefore hardly some clouds, definitely not any rain showers across the region. And any rain showers were confined to the southern portion of the state, areas like Immokalee, LaBelle, those areas got a lot of rain, as well as over towards Houston and Baytown, Texas, over by Corpus Christi. That's a surge of moisture over in the western Gulf, and that will reach here by Saturday with a chance of some strong thunderstorms. Looking at the futurecast, you can see we have another cold front up in the Tennessee Valley region. That'll slowly go to the south. Unfortunately, this does not have the quite of a gusto and cold weather that's going to come through like the last one sort of did. It will sort of get hung up through the region, bringing with it rain by Friday and Saturday. Here's what we mean by the moisture coming back, and this is why it'll feel warmer tomorrow. You saw there the dew point's going to be going up to about 55 to 60, and it was in the 40s over the last couple of days. The dry air is going to be confined up towards North Georgia and the Carolinas. So if you're going up to Wellington or Charleston this weekend, it'll be much more nicer than it is here. 59 degrees tonight in Tallahassee. It's a little warmer, but still pretty cool. A little bit warm for this time of the year still, because this is one of the warmest months ever. As we go until tomorrow, temperatures warm up into the middle 80s, 84 in Tallahassee, 85 in Monticello, but it'll feel closer to 90 because of the humidity. As we go into the 7-day forecast, rain chances come back Thursday and Friday. Saturday will be our rainy day for the weekend, so Sunday will be important. On Saturday, you're going to have to be weather aware because there's a possibility of severe weather. And Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll be very comfortable as we round out into finals week. But now we're going to send it back over to the desk with Ayesha and Matt.
All right, thank you, Tyler. That forecast is looking pretty good, at least over the last couple days.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful, finally getting past that severe weather we had at the beginning of the week.
Right, and rain chances aren't looking that bad as well, so looking pretty nice for finals.
I'm really excited about that. Not really excited about finals, but once we get through them, we'll be good. And one of the things we want to plug here is Friday, we're having our final show of the semester, so you do not want to miss that.
All the seniors will be there, and it's going to be awesome. So just get ready for that.
Yeah, we'll be able to say goodbye to some of our forecasters and wish them luck as they become meteorologists. But first, let's look at the 7-day.
Look at those 80s. Looking beautiful, and the lows are not looking too bad either, right?
Yeah, I love that. We're not even seeing 90 at all. That's really seasonable for this time of year. Something I'm definitely loving. Hanging out on Landis will be the story, at least today and maybe a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, and you can get out of the library and maybe study outside for once, which will be great.
That's true too. But one thing we want to note, you can like us on Facebook at FSU Weather and Twitter at FSU Weather as well. We have no other name except for at FSU Weather everywhere.
That is true, even on Instagram as well. So definitely check us out there.
Yep, and if you have any pictures of the beautiful weather we've been having, or even when weather starts to get a little bit hairy, safely of course, send them our way.
Right, so I'm Ayesha WIlkinson.
And I'm student meteorologist Matt Reagan. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.